You're one tough barnacle to pick, but we're just getting started. Mateys! What's this? Does this fight actually go deeper? You're a ninny for challenging us all on your own. In this world, the strong take while the weak quake. Time to learn your place.
That's far enough.
Those who only pick on the weak and defenseless have no right to speak the way the world works.
What's that?
Well, if it isn't the lily-livered scalawag from before. What difference does one more make? He's done swabbed our decks? Just who are you?
Oh?
I think any pirate worth his brine would already know.
What?
That blue spear.
Oh!
The strength and swiftness of a viper.
You can't be serious.
Captain Leon Pastrana.
What?
Captain, are you really the Leon Bastral? Aye, in name, though a pirate no longer. Now I'm just the captain of a humble merchant ship.
What do we have here?
Here's a lesson for you lads, from a true man of the sea.
Prepare yourselves.
Dead men tell no tales. Oh god, I'm gonna die to my hero. Their feet are as quick as their wits are slow. That's a sentence. Hey, Captain.
Lass.
Call me Leon, lass.
Mr. Leon.
Thank you for saving me. I believe one good turn deserves another. Now, have you gathered all you need?
Yes.
All that's left is to bring back the goods. Excellent work. Now you can return home, your honor as a merchant all the greater. I must make for the docks. It's nigh time I set sail. You're leaving so soon?
Of course.
The sea calls me, lass. But before I do, why don't you come by my ship?
What's the matter?
What are you waiting for, lass?
Well,
You say only, you know. So climb aboard.
Lass.
Took a great deal of courage to stand up to those pirates, and I believe such bravery is deserving of reward.
huh?
Aye.
I've collected countless treasures from the furthest corners of the world. They're my most prized possessions. You may take whichever you fancy.
Really?
I can never take something so precious from you. It's okay, lass, I insist.
Oh?
Unless you don't care much for treasure. When you put it that way, I can't refuse. That's the spirit.
Whoa!
I always knew the world was full of treasure. But I never dreamt I'd see such wonders. This is beautiful.
Oh.
fine choice. What strikes you about the painting?
Well,
I don't know. Out of all these incredible treasures, this one, it speaks to me. It's like I can see into the artist's soul. I can feel what he felt and all he experienced in his life. That is Love Unforgotten, a work left behind by Bastian, a famed painter from a land to the west. He was quite the admirer of women, and married 4 times. And yet he could never forget the memory of his first love, who tragically passed when the two were babes of 13 years. It was his life's work to depict her as a woman grown, the beauty he knew she'd have one day become, working on the piece until the end of his career. Today, it is one of the world's most famous works of art. Never knew. Mr. Leon, would you mind if I looked around a little longer?
Of course.
To your heart's content, lass. A born merchant, that one. I can see it in her eyes. She knew not a thing of Bastian, yet identified that painting as a masterpiece in an instant. I thought this was just a sleepy seaside town, but this girl... she just might be a shining gem among the rocks.
huh?
I'm right here, I heard all that.
Yeah!
This is the one. Sorry if I take it.
This is...
Let's have a look. I'm afraid this old thing won't sell for much. Left behind by a man I once let aboard in my younger days. Seems I neglected to throw it out. It got mixed in there. It's best you choose something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
Can't really explain it, but feels like it's calling to me.
Mm-hmm.
Have they said what this is and I just missed it?
Thank you.
Fare thee well, lass. Perhaps a day will come when you and I meet as rivals. But I won't be beat. I swear it on my honor as a merchant. Weigh anchor, men. The ocean calls.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Within those dusty pages, I felt like there was something that would change my life forever. Can't wait to go home and read it all.
Well, let's return home. We have to give our scene that makes her leave. Within that book were the records of a traveler, one who had journeyed to the far ends of the realm. Spellbound, Tressa forgot time, and read every one of his adventures.
This world is brimming with treasures. And I know what I'm searching for is out there somewhere.
So, I'll set sail for the horizon. And the great big world beyond.
That settles it. It's time I see the world.
What?
I'm going to leave Rippletide and become a traveling merchant. I'll see the world and have customers from every corner of the realm.
Oh, Mommy, just think about what you're saying, dear.
Traveling merchant? I won't have it. You're not even a stationary merchant yet. You need at least 2 more years of stocking the store, and 3 years of working the shop front. That's 5 years before you're ready to go anywhere.
Sorry, Pa. My mind's made up. Besides, I'll get all kinds of training on the road.
I had a feeling you'd say that. There's no point in trying to stop you now, Tressa. You have my blessing.
Oh, darling! This is our little girl you're talking about.
I know. But I had a feeling this day would come. She is her father's daughter, after all. In the end, being a good merchant boils down to experience. That's just what you'll find out there. Go and see the world, Tressa, until your heart's content.
I understand, but I can't help but worry, Tressa. Do take care of yourself out there, won't you? Be strong, and may the sacred flame light your path.
Thanks, Ma. Thanks, Pa. And I'm sorry for leaving. But I'll come back one day, and you'll see just how much I've learned.
We wouldn't know what to do if you didn't. After all, you're our #1 employee.
Aw. Bye, Ma! Bye, Pa! This journal? The author only filled half the pages. The other half is still blank. Guess I'll just have to pick up where he left off. I'll write down everything. I won't leave any stone unturned. From the next chapter on, this will be my story. I'll travel far and wide and journey on until every last page is filled. I don't know what lies beyond the horizon. But there's only one way to find out. See ya, Rippletide! My adventures as a merchant are just beginning. I'll start by following in the footsteps of a nameless traveler. And journey far, far beyond.
And that brings her chapter 1 to a close. Where's her next one at, anyway? We see Ulbrich, we see Therion. Ah, Same one as Cyrus. They both have to go to Quarry Crest. Of course, they have different levels here. I noticed they scale them differently. Like hers is a 22 as opposed to a 24. That's neat. Well, next up, we'd have to head on over to Sunshade. Finish the only chapter 1 we haven't done yet. So, let's get that started finally. At last he's appeared before me. Me? The man marked with the crow, the man who killed my father. Her name is Primrose, and she's a dancer. This is Sunshade, city of 1,000 pleasures, forever shrouded in shadow. Driven into poverty when her noble house fell, she now plies her trade in a tavern, suffering no end of indignities at the hands of the cruel master, Helganish. And all for the day she could have her revenge. Then one day he appeared, a man marked by the crow, one of the 3 foul villains who murdered her dear father. And so aided by her sole friend Yusufa, she sprints from the tavern to the labyrinth below in pursuit. Will it also be in a cave, as she will need loyal allies on the path she's chosen. Alright, let's bring her in. Even when the blade is held at your heart, faith shall be your shield. Words of House Azelhart. "10 years ago."
Funny how it works, isn't it? Everything that happens in this world falls into one of 2 neat little categories. Things one is better off knowing, and things one's better off not. Jeffrey Azelhart, I'm afraid you've been poking your nose into the latter.
I have only done as my convictions bade me do. I have no regrets.
I thought you might say something like that. You're making this delightfully easy.
Father!
Make sure he's dead. Let's leave this place before we're seen.
It's done.
I will never forget. 3 men, each marked with the sign of the crow. One on his left arm. One on his right. And the last on his neck. 3 men. Foul scavengers, just like the bird whose mark they bear. They took my father from me. And I will never forget. Always the same dream.
I wish I had your confidence, Primrose. I couldn't imagine nodding off minutes before my cue.
How nice it must be to be the master's favorite.
Mm.
Fine. Go on and keep your airs. Act as though you're better than the rest of us.
It doesn't change the fact that you're just another dancer in the sands, Primrose. Nothing but a kept woman, here to flatter the dignity of men who pay for the privilege.
Can you really make fun of a girl for being a whore when you are also a whore? Like this is, in your attempt to own her, you're owning yourself?
I suppose you're right.
The absolute state of your life when it's like, man, our only chance at making you look dumb is to make myself look dumb in the process.
Shh, enough chatter. Master Helganish is coming.
Do I keep you women to titter here in the shadows? My customers are waiting for their entertainment! The opening act should be on that stage already. Now, get out there and earn your keep! What a bunch of useless strays. But not you, Primrose. You are the only one I can rely on.
You flatter me, Master.
Oh, hardly. Why, this tavern's custom has increased tenfold since you stepped on our stage. But do not go forgetting yourself. It was I who groomed you for this role.
And I will be forever grateful for that, Master.
You were an ignorant girl when I picked you up. Completely useless. I've taught you everything you know. What happened to your sweet little smile? Who puts a roof over your head and food on your plate? Who bought the jewels that adorn your pretty neck? Who made you the most sought-after dancer in this dusty old town? It was me, all me. You owe me, kitten, and I'll see that debt repaid.
Yes, Master.
Good then. Purr sweetly, and I may give you a treat. Don't dally when you're done with your show. I will be waiting in my chamber. I'll have you purr for me some more.
Primrose, it's your cue.
I'm coming.
Put your face back on now, kitten.
Yes, Master.
The tavern lies at the end of the central road, just past the bazaar. I mustn't dally any longer. They clearly decided to go a little bit harder on certain subject matter with her story, I guess. In terms of making it a good deal darker than any of the other ones. I had kind of heard those vibes, but this kind of confirms the whole thing. This way, Primrose. Get a move on.
There you are.
Kept us waiting long enough, Primrose.
Forgive me.
It better have been worth it. You're our best chance at getting to eat tonight. And the customers have been waiting.
I am ready.
Let the show begin. Oh man, Unga Bunga. Watch over me, Father. That day I swore revenge against the men who took you from me. The three marked by the crow, my once proud house fallen. I left home far behind, following their trail, and that trail has led me here. I heard one of them often passes through here on his travels. It's the smallest scrap of hope, but it was all I had until I find him, There's no disgrace I will not endure. Losing my honor is nothing compared to the pain of losing you. Father, I will not stop until I find the three and see justice served. And until I avenge you, I will dance.
Wow.
You're all too kind, and too handsome, I might add. Not bad, Primrose, not bad. Thank you. Look at your sandals. Seems you've gone and broken a strap. Go back to the dorm and fetch yourself another pair.
Yes.
Papa, I'm gonna be in a play. I'll be the princess and people will look at me. You'll come and watch me too.
Yes.
Of course, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a beautiful dancing girl. That is a dream best forgotten. Helena, my dear, you want to grow up to be a fine lady, like the princess you will play? Then it would be better not to say such things, not in this town at least. Well, the dancing's cool, though.
What?
Look, she's hot. Hello, child.
Oh, come now.
I'll tuck you into bed back at the inn. Papa has business to attend this night.
Yes.
Oh, she got injured by a random thorn.
Are you alright?
Yes.
It's nothing I haven't dealt with before.
Hey!
We're nothing but the master's playthings. All of us. We all know what happens to the girls who displease him. Or have you forgotten? Beaten half to death and tossed in the gutter, left for dead, sick, and starving.
Stop that!
We all know well enough where we stand. We know what he can do to us. Then why torment one of your own?
Many things.
There's no need for you to make foes on my behalf.
You.
What are you doing yowling back here? Sheathe your claws, hussies. Or do you think money flows into my coffers by itself? Get your tips.
Wait a minute.
Not you, Primrose. What was that sorry show you gave today?
I think not.
Do you think I'm blind? One glance was all I needed to know your mind was not where it ought to be. I can see every thought in that pretty, empty little head of yours. And they were not of dancing tonight. You haven't forgotten your debts now. You haven't forgotten who owns you. You know the fate that awaits you if you dare defy me, don't you, kitten? That's a bad voice line. I'm warning you because I care. I wouldn't want to see anything untoward happen to my shining star.
Forgive me. The truth is...
I was simply remembering the first day I came here to help you. Oh, were you? Not a moment passes when I'm not thankful for all you've given me. Pray forgive my lack of focus. It will not happen again. Okay, that quote's really bad. I too often think back on the day you came to my door. Just imagining the sight of you dancing for me, as sweet and innocent as you were, it tickled me so. And you met my every expectation. You've been my best investment.
I'll have you purr for me some more.
But tonight, you've displeased me. And for this, you must atone. The crowd is looking thin tonight. Out on the streets with you. And bring us some custom. Custom with coin enough to cover a week's expenses. You do that, I may still go easy on you. At least, relatively so, kitten.
Yes.
You are kind, master. Bravo, Prim. That was a performance for the ages. How do you do it? I want to vomit every time I have to call him master. Yeah. Let me set up while this gets really dark. There we go. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be out collecting tips?
Are you alright?
I was worried about you. How's your foot?
What?
A handkerchief. Be careful out there, okay? So, we can do allure. Allure gentlemen and make for the tavern. That's a guard, so I don't think we could do it on him. Had to put on a different kind of show. So is this the mark?
Excuse me.
Lovely evening, isn't it, my lord? Mayhap you'd care to share it with me.
My apologies.
Tempting offer, but I travel on business. I must depart early on the morrow. Must be a fascinating sort of business that you do. Perhaps you could tell me more over a drink. I'd love to get to know you better.
Most unfortunate.
I'm most afraid I cannot.
Excuse me.
I dance at the tavern just down the street. I'd be happy to put on a show just for you. Admit it now. Wouldn't you care to spend a little more time with me? Oh my, I can't resist such beauty. Pray come hither. Well, that was pretty easy. Wasn't the toughest nut to crack. Nut. I got at least 2 people to unsubscribe from that bit. Just 2. Only 2. Yes, this one's pockets look sufficiently deep.
Excellent.
Good work, kitten. You'll be treated well tonight.
Many thanks.
You honor me, master. The seats are starting to fill. See that not a single cup goes empty.
Yes.